What's up? What's up? This is the Sports Dynasty Podcast. I'm Trevor, and this is Juan, and we're here to talk about the NBA playoffs in Orlando, the bubble.
Finally.
Yeah, I know, man. No, all this coronavirus stuff going on, man. I got a lot. I was wrong. Basketball did come back, and it's been very, very entertaining.
Told you. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Very entertaining. A lot of things going on, politics aside. It's pretty interesting playoffs so far. I think with this bubble, I think literally anything goes. There's no home field advantage at all. So I think it's a great way to see unpredictable things going on. So I'm feeling good, man. I think this is great. So feeling good. Before we do anything, like, share, and subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Radio at Podcast Dynasty, on Twitter. We're on Facebook, Sports Dynasty Podcast Group. Check it out, pop in. And we are on Instagram, Sports Dynasty Podcast on Instagram. So, yeah, man. So how you feeling?
I paint in my pants.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I paint my pants right there.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
set.
Awesome. Okay.
That's my job. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so finally covering NBA after I don't even know how long.
It's been a while.
Been very, 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 and I can continue saying very for 5 minutes. Busy, especially during the day, so I never had any time to watch any games unless if it's late at night. Like, I'm gonna miss this Thursday right now. So the Lakers game is tonight, game 2, and I'm gonna miss like half of that. So yeah, that's why it takes very long for us to cover NBA, because we're both very, very busy.
But we're gonna do our best I can to be more open and be more consistent with basketball, since it's going to be around for pretty much the rest of the year. We're supposed to put this stuff for the short off season. Oh yeah, and today's the NBA draft lottery. Today.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see my Warriors get what they deserve. The first pick. You better get the first pick.
If they do, it's over. Like, it's really, really over.
I'm gonna be so pissed off I'm getting the first pick. We're like the worst team almost by far, and we better get that pick. I hate the lottery so much. It's so pointless. I can just be.
Anyway,
maybe we'll have that argument when we do the round table one day, because the lottery rules are so stupid, they don't damn sense. Anyway,
we're gonna get through each series and see we'll talk about it right now.
Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do.
What is the first series we'll talk about?
What's the most useless one?
I think
that doesn't matter. It's like the Bucks and the Pacers series. Like, is that the worst ones?
And no, Toronto series. The Toronto series.
Yeah. In other words, every Eastern series except the Boston one. Mind you, Boston's going to probably sweep them, but still, at least that one is fun.
Yes. So we'll start off with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic. The Magic took game one, which shocked everybody.
It didn't shock me. I should have expected it. I'm shocked that I was stupid enough not to pick them to win a game when they did this last year.
I had them sweeping the Bucks. I'm sweeping the Magic. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But, I should have expected that too, because it happens. It happens all the time. Just give a game away and we have a team that's like, listen, we know we have no shot against them. Let's get a game.
And they're technically a home court advantage too. Should know that. That's funny.
Technically, you're right. Technically, had home court for the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you're right. So yeah. Anyway, but I like how. It's no big deal.
It's one game.
Who cares? Everyone was overreacting, talking about, oh my god, it goes to the... No, it was terrible. No.
But I'm not high on the Bucks at all. It has nothing to do with that loss, by the way. I've always said this for a while, because even though they got all these nice, cute numbers and they're like historically great and blah 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 blah, when I watch them play, they're the same team as last year. There's nothing changed. Giannis still can't shoot and spread the floor. Chris Middleton is still unclutch. They're the same team, the same thing. And you saw what happened to them last year against Toronto. Mind you, and that almost had nothing to do with Kawhi Leonard when they were losing last year. So I don't see a difference. Until Giannis is able to spread the floor out, I don't really care what happens. They're the same team. So I don't see how they're going to beat like Toronto. And I will give Boston a nice shot against them. Regardless of them not having bigs or whatever, Giannis to go inside. I don't like Milwaukee. I think they're completely overrated, and I know analysts talking about the back-to-back MVP that Giannis is gonna be and how they're blowing people out. There is a lesson that people need to learn about regular season basketball.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't. But the thing is that when you play in a regular season, you are more often than not going to play a team that is worse than you. So when that happens, you're going to put up numbers just like this. It happens. Teams do this all the damn time. Wasn't Houston a couple years ago shooting like 63s and had this like big offensive rating thing and all that? It happens. Mavericks has the best offensive rating in NBA history. Like, okay, and it happens. When you're a team that's good, you're more like, especially in the conference, then in the same conference that LeBron loves, always gets criticized about. It's the same difference for Giannis now, but no one wants to bat an eye about that. Hypocrisy much? Yes. So he's destroying the same conference that LeBron was destroying since 2003. So, yeah, this is what happens. They get inflated numbers, but when they go against good competition, which you're going to find out starting next round, watch them not look as good as you guys think, and I will not be surprised if they don't make the NBA Finals. I don't have them making the NBA Finals. I have them getting bumped. So, we'll see about that overrated Milwaukee Bucks team. And I'll be laughing because I like to be right when they don't make the finals, which will inevitably happen.
I had them making the finals only because I felt that they'll somehow, some way, just. I have the Celtics and the Bucks in the conference finals. I have them. I think the Celtics can beat them in the 7-game series, but I do feel that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Milwaukee is on paper is a better team, so I don't want to be like extreme homer. But I don't want to be extreme homer and be like, oh, the Celtics go to the finals. But even though they were, you know what I'm talking about. If they go to the finals, I don't care. You know, I'm feel good about it. But I have to be realistic about it. But it's still anyone can go there. But I have the Milwaukee Bucks going to the finals anyway to lose to the Lakers. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I personally don't see the hoopla in them. I really don't. So.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't. All right, Toronto and Nets. I had the Nets winning game because they're in a gym and not in a real NBA environment. People have to keep that into mind too, that this is not a regular NBA playoffs. They're in a gym. So the people who you think suck might not suck. People who traditionally suck in the playoffs might not suck unless you're Paul George, and that's different. But yeah. But like someone like James Harden, for example, just even though he didn't play that well today because it ended a couple hours ago, I expected him to actually play better than usual when he's not a playoff performer because he's not. This is not a playoff atmosphere. They're in a gym, like in a scrimmage.
This is why I think TJ Warren is like 38 points.
That's what I'm saying. A Warren is not a good basketball player at all, but he was killing.
Like AEW basketball. Like
come on now.
I mean, I'm black, but still.
So the Toronto thing is nothing to think about. I still think the Nets have the potential to take one game because all they need is all their threes to hit, and then there's nothing you do about it, and you lose.
So, but Joe Harris is out for the rest of the postseason.
Yeah, so that's gonna suck.
Yeah, so I don't see them winning the game at all.
They might not,
but it's a stepping stone because later on in next season they're gonna have KD and Kyrie come back. So I guess that brings.
I'll get to make fun of that next year.
Yeah, I'll make fun of that. Until then. There's not.
Yeah, whatever.
Who cares?
What's the other series that's
Miami. Miami and the Pacers. I'm not gonna lie, they had the Pacers winning in 7 games, but right now, I don't know. I think they make it bump in 6. I think they make it bump in 6.
That's exactly what I had.
Which I'm like, ugh. I don't know. It's
injuries. That's what it is.
Injuries going on. I'm like. I you know how usually the 4 and 5 series usually the competitive one depending on who the team is. It was so I thought they were kind of evenly matched that it'd be like 7 games.
Once they lost, and Oladipo's not 100%. I just knew, and then Warren is not 100% either. He's playing off injury too, so they're not healthy. So it's only a matter of time before they get bumped. I gave them the 6 games. We'll see, but Miami got this. They'll be all right. They'll be seeing Milwaukee next round. That's going to be an interesting series. Boston and 76ers. Again, there's no Ben Simmons, so there's no way in hell that 76ers is going to win this at all. I gave them 1 game.
They weren't winning the series even if he was playing. So I don't care.
I personally think that it will be almost 7-game series because Ben Simmons makes that much of a difference, especially against the Celtics.
I agree with that. Had he been playing, I already knew they'd been a 7-game series. But the Celtics always seem to go and have these long series in the first round, except for last year because Oladipo was hurt last year with the Pacers in the first round. Now had he played, that would have been a 7-game series easily. And I don't know why they just like playing long series in the first round, which never always grind my gears. I'm like, yo, listen.
Yeah, the coach sucks.
You come on, you can put them away, And I'm not gonna lie. As much as Brad Stevens is a good coach sometimes, I'm like, yo, what are you thinking? Like, why are you coaching these team out of the game?
Are we talking about Celtics? My bad. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking like sometimes he does coach him out of the game. Though. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? That was dumb.
I don't.
But Brett Brown's a horrible coach too.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he sucks.
He is terrible. And then in game 2, you had Embiid flopping the entire game.
He does that a lot though.
I'm like, yo, bro, come on, man.
He's very theatrical. It's hilarious. That's a lot.
And it's like, you know what? A lot of Celtics fans was telling me this before we started recording that Philly is so overrated. When they put it all together, where Al Horford came to the Celtics, came to the Sixers, like, this is a finals team. It really is.
No, I never ever in my life said that.
It really isn't. It's not. Philly's gonna be one of those teams that just not good enough.
Yeah,
and that's what they're gonna be. Or they're gonna be. Brett Brown should get fired after this year, but he probably won't. They're gonna give him another year, probably.
But then your team is good. They'll never have to worry about them ever again. There's a lot of problems with that team, but I'll probably save that because we can spend like 30 minutes on that team alone, and I think I might save that for the round table. So we're just gonna go through things quick. What we're trying to go through is what's going on now. Like when the 76ers inevitably get bumped, that's when we can have a full discussion about them. As right now, let's just talk about what's going on right now in action.
Right now, I have them losing in 5, but it's a good chance they might get swept.
Yeah, same thing with me.
They might get swept, but I'm giving 5 games because I don't know. The Celtics is make it interesting, but they should get swept.
Yeah, the Celtics could be cold one day and then Embiid just goes crazy. Yeah. Like that's the only thing I have. It. But 76ers aren't good. It's just that simple. The Celtics are.
I want to as far as all 4 Western Conference series are really good. But let's start with the Jazz one because it's like
that's the most useless one.
Yeah, even though so basically Donovan Mitchell scored like 57 points, which is I think the second highest.
He scored almost 90 in 2 games.
Yeah, which is the second highest points total in a playoff game ever. I think second highest or I don't know. Yeah, I know it was up there. But the point is, I'm like, it's cool and all, but you're gonna do all that, score all these points, and the team's gonna lose in 5 games. In 5 games, the Denver Nuggets are just too much. It's too much for them.
I think I gave him 6. I don't remember. I had them winning though.
I think I had them 6 games too, but the way they didn't play, I'm like, listen, y'all about to be out of here.
They won last game.
I mean, they won last game. Yeah, they had to.
19 too. So they won by a lot, so it can go back and forth.
But I just don't.
Let's catch.
I don't feel like the Jazz.
But I'm not a big fan of the Denver Nuggets either.
Neither am I. I just think that this is a team that's there, and then not even middle of the pack. They're just there saying we're not gonna fall against nobody. We're not gonna let you beat us up on that.
They're just there. They're a second round exit team. Every year you have that team within the 8 that they're being bumped. Most they play against the good teams.
Yeah.
And that's them. They've been that way for the last 2 years. I knew last year was gonna be the same thing. Mind you, they lost to Portland last year.
Mm-hmm.
Which to this day I don't understand
how they support them either.
I mean, I almost called it because I knew they were too young to do anything clutch, and then CJ McCollum beat him by himself last year. And I just, I feel the same way. Like I don't think this team has changed that much from last year either. So it's like they're gonna get bombed. They're not that good. They're gonna have to play the Clippers next round. Well, we'll see. So I don't really understand. They're okay. People really thought some people had them as their finals pick, and I just laugh. I mean, no, you're insane. Next round, I'll just go the Thunder and Rockets is interesting. Even though Rockets are up 2-0 right now, I expected more from this Oklahoma City team.
I did too,
but
I get the Thunder winning in 7 games.
I had them winning in 7 games too. It's looking like they about to lose in 5 or 6. But and mind you, this is without Westbrook.
Why? The reason why I say that because I'm like, listen. I just never saw Houston ever. I think D'Antoni just not. It's just a.
He's offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's all he is. He's a flash in the pot. That's all he is. That's all he is. Other than that, he's really not that good of a coach. He really isn't. But yeah, James Harden was doing his thing though. And he said, "Oh, Westbrook's hurt." I'm like, "Westbrook's hurt. He's not gonna play rest for the first round." Okay, who cares? Who cares?
First of all, now it's looking like he might not have to play. Second, I'm not surprised this is happening because at the end of the day, the team that has the superstar is Houston. He's the one that's driving that force. But because Chris Paul's not a superstar anymore. He's still great, but he's not a superstar anymore. So he can't have I can carry you on my back the way he was doing it sometimes for the Clippers and for the Hornets back then. So the fact that they have the superstar in Houston, I'm not surprised that they're up like this. I'm not surprised at all. At least the Rockets put up, I thought the Thunder were putting up a fight, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were like tied or something into the fourth, and then they just lost it. They are technically a bit of a young team, but Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gallinari isn't a good basketball player to me. I don't know why people like him so much. He really isn't all that. And he crapped the bed today. So I'm not surprised. I just thought that there's still time, but I thought that the Thunder would put up a lot bigger of a fight. But whatever. Let me see. Let's do Lakers first before we do the last one.
Yeah, the Blazers won game one, everyone. What they do? And everyone panicked. Everyone panicked. So I'm like, what? Listen, who cares? KCP scored 1 point, 1 assist, 1 rebound.
That was really bad.
28, which was really bad. KCP was like, come on, what did you expect? And then Denny Green he was hard and he shut up. I'm out the gym too. And like, who cares? And there's another thing too. And the way that sports media overreacts over everything, especially to LeBron. And you know what I mean? I'm not a big LeBron fan at all. I just respect his game because, he's he's top 5 best player of all time. I don't care what nobody says. But it's like, they would overreact to everything. You really think the Portland Trail Blazers is going to knock the Lakers in this series? No, not at all. People saying, this is ridiculous. Like Paul Pierce. I love Paul Pierce. He's one of my favorite Celtics, and I appreciate what he's done for the organization. But Paul Pierce be saying some real dumb stuff, talking about that if the LeBron losing in the first round of the Blazers, saying that he's no longer in the GOAT discussion. And I'm like, oh my God, stop! Like, why do you sound so bitter for? I know you don't like LeBron because he be cooking you out. He be cooking you. He has killed the Celtics when he was there. After 2010, 2011, he just kept killing us. It's all good. It is what it is. It's whatever. But to say he's out of the GOAT discussion is ridiculous. The fact that he's been 13-0 in the first round.
Yeah, he never lost the first round before. So
really, like after one game, you're gonna overreact like this. It's ridiculous. It's done. Portland played good. Damian Lillard played amazing. It was great. Excellent. LeBron had a triple-double in that game. Like, he was really, really going ham. It's just that it happens. People don't show up, like KCP and Denny Green. It's all good, though. They still don't win the game, though. So what would happen if LeBron would have ended up winning the game, but that happened? You want to say nothing? It just says more about LeBron, how good he is. Like, other than that. But, I guess. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
So, numbers. Both teams shot under 40% as a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them did shoot 38% from 3. That's obvious who it was, which was the icing of the game. Portland had almost double turnovers as the Lakers. Lakers had more assists. Lakers had more rebounds, obviously. Portland did have more blocks. Good shit, Whiteside. The steal counter is off the charts for the Lakers. And Portland had more fouls. So neither team played well at all. It was actually pretty ugly, the game. I enjoy games like that, so I'm good. But that was not good. They did not play well. No one played well. It's just that Portland hit the shots they needed to hit when it mattered. Because that game was close the entire time. The Lakers just couldn't buy a bucket. Literally could not buy a bucket.
I don't know if you know this. I don't want to can make an excuse why the Lakers lost. I'm not making excuses. But have you noticed that the referee was trying to get the Lakers back into it? Like you notice that a lot of stupid calls. I'm like, he's making dumb calls for no reason. I'm not giving them excuses. I'm like thinking that y'all trying to get the people back in the game. Just let them play. I just don't like it.
No, the refs have been
having awful,
god awful the entire time. No question about that.
But I noticed that in the last game. Like, wait a minute, what are y'all doing?
So yeah, and by Damian Lillard, he did go 9 for 21 on the field. That's not good, not even a little bit. But he did go 6 for 13 and 3, and he shot the 2 threes at 30. I'll get to that. Yeah. But he did not play that well. 9 for 21 is absolutely inexcusable. And how many free throws? Like none? No, he shot 10. So he had a Harden game. That's what James Harden likes to do. So for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope didn't make a shot. It was absolutely sensationally bad. And Danny Green went 4 for 12. I don't remember him ever scoring at all. I don't know where that came from. Literally don't remember him putting a point. Kuzma played okay. Caruso was trash. LeBron went 9 for 20. He wasn't very good either. But he did get the triple-double. So, there's one name that I haven't mentioned. And that is Anthony Davis. You're going against the Portland Trailblazers, right? Who has Nurkic as their starting center. And he can't play defense with a damn. Yeah, Whiteside, who plays defense only in the rim. Not anywhere else. So, there's two distinct different people who are there, right? So, Anthony Davis got 28 points, but you ever heard of the phrase inflated? 8 for 24, 5 and 3. He did shoot 12 of 17 in the free throw line, which is actually still disgusting. Why are you missing 5 free throws? I'm a big free throw dude. If you're missing a lot of free throws, I don't care who you are. I get upset instantaneously. That's free throws, free points. So, what the hell? Anyway, why is he not more aggressive is the question. He has been criticized, I think, this entire bubble that he's soft and he disappears in fourth quarter, stuff like that. And I actually agree. Why I agree? Because I've been saying this about him for like 5 years. I watch him play. My Warrior. My Warriors is small, and they've been small forever. Draymond Green is a great defender, though. Don't get me wrong. But this is Anthony Davis we're talking about, a top 5 player. And for some reason, when he plays against teams like that or anybody who's a little physical, he doesn't play well. Like, he'll get his inflated 30, 35, or whatever. But if it takes you like 25 to 35 shots to hit 30 points, then you're not playing well. That's disgusting. This is what the stuff that he does. So he is absolutely soft to me. I've been saying this for years. So I don't hate the media for saying that. I just wish I said it first. In order for them to win, he has to change that. He has to find a pair of cojones somewhere and use them. Because if he continues to play soft like this, they're not beating anybody top notch. So that has to change. They gave up everything for this dude. So they better smack him up in the locker room or something and make him find a pair of balls. Because that has to change. I am sick and tired of seeing them do this. Time and time again. And I'm not a Lakers fan. But that has changed. Now, for Damian Lillard, what was the slander about him being better than Steph Curry? Where does it come from? The dude misses 1 year and people forget how great the 3-time champion, the 2-time MVP, things that Damian will never sniff. I forgot. You forgot the guy who shoot half-court shots for a living? Talk about Damian Lillard shot more half-court shots in a year than himself. Oh, well, it wasn't half-court shots. My bad. It's from 30, right? So that's the stupid ESPN stat.
I swear they make up so many stats. It's ridiculous. Like, how I'm a stat I make up. Like, what does that have to do with the game? Not at all. You're just trying to prove a narrative and it's not working. No. Steph Curry is dangerous from literally anywhere on the floor.
Literally.
I've
seen the guy shoot from almost full court before and make the shot. Not like a bank, like swoosh. Like, I've seen that. So Damian has better range? No. Kenny Smith was smoking something when he said that. The fact that Steph had to come out and say something about it right after he said it was hilarious. Defend himself. Like, no one has better range than Steph Curry. Damian Lillard has... The only thing Damian Lillard does better than Steph Curry is dunk. That's it. Defense, passing, shooting, even the leader. I can prove that he's a better leader than Damian Lillard. Remember when Durant and Draymond Green had a fist fight, which was the reason Durant left, which wasn't the reason why Durant left. It was part of it. I will say that, but it wasn't the reason. Oh, that Steph wasn't there when that happened. If he was present in that bench, that would have never happened, and I think everybody can say that because the next day he was there, and none of that stuff ever happened again, and they were fine. Yeah, he's the leader of the locker room. Everybody knew that. So. No, like I don't understand this slander. I remember when people tried to do this with Kyrie Irving back in the day. Remember that bull when they finally lost to Cleveland? Kyrie's better than Steph. You remember that stupid ass narrative? And then the next finals, Kyrie got absolutely cooked because Curry came back with a healthy knee and destroyed him. So I don't know what you're starting with this bull. Like, you know what I hate in sports more than anything in the world? Hype. I hate hype. Y'all see one thing and you just blow up and start getting horny for it. Like, I don't understand why trying to be professional is hard when I get riled up. When people get so hyped over one small thing and then it just clouds their judgment and messes with their common sense. That kills me. I don't understand it. That's exactly what's going on with this Damian Lillard run. It's just hype. The same dude that got obliterated by Kevin Durant in this Golden State last year. The same dude that got destroyed by Anthony Davis the year before that. Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday the year before that. The same dude who always goes out. He's known in playoffs for 2 shots. For 2 shots. 2 shots. And after that, can you tell me that he does well in the playoffs? Nothing. So there you go. His playoff resume is absolutely horrible. So stop. He's nowhere near as good as Steph Curry. You need to end it. You need to end it right now. So, hush puppy. Hush puppy. They will be losing this series within the next 4 to 5 games. If I'm bad for the Lakers, they actually win. If they win in 6, that'd be pathetic. But whatever.
I have been winning in 6 anyway.
That'd be pretty sad.
I kind of feel like they was gonna fight me. Anyway.
Very sad.
But
yeah, they will be losing this series. He'll be going home like he always does early. So let's stop it. Now, the last series before we end this, the Mavericks and the Clippers was a pretty good series. I'm enjoying myself watching. That's the only series I can watch. It makes me happy watching it.
The series is tied 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
The Mavericks should be up 2-0. Let's be honest here.
I don't know about that, but I don't blame anyone who says that.
First of all, can we just be honest? Can we address the elephant in the room? Paul George. Sorry.
No, Paul Pierce shows up.
He shows up. At least Paul Pierce shows up in the playoffs. Paul George when it comes to the playoffs, is a bust. He's nowhere to be found. And it's about time we stop giving him a path and stop saying, oh, he's Paul George, he's a beast. No, stop it.
You know what's crazy though? That kind of happened after he broke his leg. Because before that, he used to give Miami the work.
Yeah, he did.
So I don't know what happened to him. When he broke his leg, came back, he just lost his playoff match.
And no, what makes it worse, the fact that the audacity, he talks so much junk. He's talking about Damian Lillard, which Damian Lillard has a worse playoff resume than he does.
But guess who sent him home?
But he sent you home, and he won't let it go. Patrick Beverley took I don't understand. Patrick Beverley took so much junk, and it's like, Patrick Beverley, you don't want to talk.
But you're not a good player.
You're not going to play.
All you are is a bulldog. That's it.
Yeah, like a roughneck on defense. That's it. That's what you are. Other than that, you suck.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% right.
I'm sick and tired. First of all, the first game, I don't know what was going on, but the NBA has to address this because this is ridiculous. I feel like the NBA, the referees and the NBA have gotten worse. They get worse every year, but this is egregiously bad. How you literally ejected Kristaps Porzingis for no reason.
For no reason, literally for no
reason whatsoever. And who's going to start that? Who's started it? Pat Bev. All he does is talk. Trying to talk. Other than that, he's not a good basketball. I mean, he's better than me, obviously, but overall, he's a pretty average basketball player.
If he's playing for millions of dollars, he better be better.
Like he's an average player. Like, he's not that good. The Clippers, who I thought people was just hyping them up, talking about, oh, they're gonna be in the finals. The Clippers are here. Kawhi Leonard saying blah blah blah. Honestly speaking, how Kawhi said, oh, I only want to come here if Paul George is here. Really? Did you really have to give up 4 first-round picks for Paul George for this type of performance? Really? Really? And this is why people say the Clippers will always be second rate to the Lakers. But no matter who the owner is, who's in charge of the front office, they will always be second fiddle because they always do dumb shit because the Clippers historically are not a good franchise.
Oh, hell no, they're not.
They're not a good franchise, and they prove that no matter who the owner is all the time. This is dumb. And the Clippers, like I said, the Clippers don't win no championship. Even if Kawhi is there, who cares? I don't win no title. Especially not Paul George. I'm sorry, it's not happening. But Luka.
Great start to his playoff career.
Absolutely.
About 77 points, I think, in 2 games.
Absolutely. And it's like, the Mavericks look like they just, you can see the confidence there. They're not scared of him. I had the Clippers winning 7 because I'm not going to disrespect the Mavericks and Luka. This team is prolifically can score at will. It's like,
yeah, you see how the seedings are right there with 7 seed.
Yeah.
They're not a 7 seed team.
They're a 7 seed team. This is how great the West is.
They're not.
Everybody knew coming in. Whoever had to play the Mavericks in the first round don't have trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers was hoping to God they had to play the Mavericks before the set 4-8, but they were too good to 4-8. Too good for like a 3-game lead before 7-8.
They chose a couple of games because they were up there like 5-6 almost the whole year, and they went down.
Yeah, and I think it was a game early in the year. I think a couple of weeks we was hanging out. It was Houston against Dallas. It was like 150 to like 148 in overtime. It was a great game. First of all, I'm like, no one will see Dallas.
No, they're a good team. They're picking and rolling on the Clippers to death. The Clippers had no shot against that play. And, well...
I'm being honest with you, and I hope I'm not too far-fetched. If the Mavericks was able to get past the Clippers, they're going to the Western Conference Finals. Because they're going to destroy Denver.
The winner of Denver and Utah, they beat them.
Yeah,
I agree.
And the Mavericks they're going to the Western Conference Finals. And to say for his first playoff series, he took the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals, and it's like they're just getting better and better every year.
Within the next 3 years, he's gonna be the best player in the NBA.
I agree.
No question to me.
So good for.
I'd rather have him than Giannis now. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, I did.
It's a good testament to the international game. How internationally the game has spread so far internationally.
Mm-hmm.
That you have
the best players are European.
Coming in from Europe. Literally, yeah, seriously. And even though we probably not going to see the Olympics anytime soon, probably next year the Olympics come back again because we'll have it this year. I think next year they'll have the Olympics. I would love to see Luka completely ball internationally in the Olympics.
Yeah, when people make fun of Team USA, like, no, it's not that Team USA sucks. The rest of the world got better.
Yeah, they finally caught up. They finally caught up. I can't say the same thing on women's basketball because they haven't caught up. Women's basketball just too superior USA. But
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea that they did that.
The women's.
I'm not sexist, I swear.
The women's USA team they win gold every year because the rest of the world sucks. But that's neither here nor there.
We're gonna get political. We talk about that. Yeah, screw that. So that's what the problem is. But anyway.
But yes, it's true. I think I don't think the world has been close to Team USA in international basketball since 2004 when Argentina beat them. I think since 2004 is when the world is pretty much you can say anyone can win gold, but
nope.
Can't say that anymore.
Nope.
Can't say that anymore.
But maybe now.
USA was horrible in the World Cup of basketball like a couple of years ago. Like last year, I believe. They were horrible.
In the FIBA, yeah.
They were terrible. But, it's the test.
Like I said, I think it's because the rest of the world got better, not because they
I agree.
But they did use like their third best, fourth best guys. They didn't use like the Durants and all the Currys and all those words.
They didn't want to play.
Yeah. That's what it was. So America didn't use their best, but still.
But anyway.
But yeah, back to real basketball.
Yeah. I like Luka a lot, and he's impressed me a lot. And I won't be surprised if they beat the Clippers in the series.
They can do it.
They can.
They can do it. It's crazy because yesterday the Mavericks bench, there's a 3-point shot the Clippers away. Like Luka didn't have much to do with it, to be 100% honest. Like he got this quick foul and went away in the third quarter, and after that, because I believe he had like 4 or 5 fouls almost like the half of the game. Then the bench, Tim Hardaway and all these other guys just went and started just going and shot them away. It was so wonderful to see. And same thing I was saying about Anthony Davis, Kristaps is the same damn thing. Why is he playing like a punk ass? Be aggressive. Literally no one in the Clippers can defend Porzingis. No one. It's impossible. They're too small. Kristaps is huge. Him shooting a 3, that's like a 9-foot freaking radius. No one can block Kristaps' shot. Take the ball and shoot it. Shoot the ball. Stop being up. I don't understand. Maybe these bigs, I guess these bigs are just punks now. I don't know what it is. They don't take initiative anymore. I don't know.
The game has changed, unfortunately.
It's ridiculous.
I was a big fan of the big man completely dominating the paint. But that style of play doesn't exist in this game anymore. And it sucks.
Be aggressive. Like, freaking Boban Marjanovic was more aggressive than him. And that dude runs like a 8'4". In the 40 time. He's so damn slow. You've seen that dude run, bro. He's so slow. If he was faster, he'd be broken though. That pick and roll with him and Luka will never be stopped because he's too fast. All y'all do is go, he lob, boom. So maybe there is a reason why he has to get nerfed. But like, he needs to be more aggressive, Kristaps. Come on. If you guys are aggressive, I will call it a Mavericks winning the series. But if he continues to play like this, then
we'll see in game 3. I think game 3 they're gonna.
Yes, Saturday's gonna be fun. It'll be really fun. It's gonna be a good game to see.
I think the Mavericks game 3. I think they're gonna win the series.
I won't go that far.
I think they'll win the series, but it's still 7 games. But I think it'll be good for them. Anyone I play the Mavericks gonna have a tough time. I just don't see that. Like you said, if KP was to go ham and just completely be aggressive, there's no way to stop it.
That's what I'm saying. He shot 7 for 13 yesterday, which is not bad, but you only shot 13 shots. You're the second best player in the team. Why are you shooting 13 shots? You should shoot like 20.
True.
Again, you have the advantage. No one can stop you. Destroy. Anthony Davis, the same thing. In his defense, at least Whiteside is there. That's a dude who stops people in the paint. But in Anthony Davis, all you gotta do is take mid ranges, but he's supposed to be completely destructive. No one can stop him there either. So it's the same difference with Kristaps, except it's a little worse. No one can stop you anywhere. Just destroy them. If he destroys, they are a massive issue that Doc Rivers has to figure out a way. Otherwise, they can stay home, and that'll be the funniest upset you will ever see. I'm going to destroy the Clippers because I think they're overrated too. I don't see what everybody else sees because everybody in their mother in the media picking on the winning finals, and I'm like, I don't see why.
Like they have Marcellus.
They have their problems, like every other team has their problems.
Marcellus White is one of the worst.
I think he's a Clipper fan though. He's completely biased.
He's a Clipper fan. I'm like, yo, bro, you say something.
Collins like that, and all these other dudes like that. Clippers, this Clippers, that Clippers, this. Bill Simmons, the Clippers. I'm like, Clippers what? Like I don't see what you're talking about. Like my nightmare finals is Clippers and Bucks. That put me to sleep. I feel like Clippers will beat the ever loving crap out of Bucks if that was the final. But I don't want to see that. I don't see that. If Clippers have to be there, I want Toronto or Boston to be in the finals. And then Lakers make it same thing. I want Lakers, Boston or Raptors to be in the finals. That'll be fun. Those are fun series to me that I want to see. But I don't see it with the Clippers. Their defense is not that good. Out of two people, after that, I don't see who plays great defense like that. They have okay rotations, but they rotations gets completely shambled when pick and roll happen. So I don't see where the defense is at all. I don't like it at all. Lakers is the opposite. Their offense is complete ass. Like they need to figure out how to make shots because it's been going on the whole bubble. Lakers the same thing. Lakers can't buy a shot. They're not beating the Clippers. It's that simple. But if they buy a shot, they'll beat the Clippers. So my point is for the Clippers, every team has their issues. So while everybody's saying that they're like the ultimate team, I don't see how they're the ultimate team. They have many issues too. They got Lou Williams who can score, but he's gonna allow the exact amount of points that Lou Williams is going to score. He's gonna allow because his defense is like negative. Like you just attack him and you're gonna score. He cannot play defense whatsoever. Pat Beverly can't score. He'll have his fake threes every once in a while, but he can't score. Marcus Morris is playing decent against his Dallas team. Remember, his Dallas team don't play defense either. Marcus Morris is a bad fit for this team. There's problems with everyone. So about them being perfect, you people are insane. Like they're not that good. They can be beat, and I've seen them get beat multiple times. So I don't know what this myth saying, "Oh, Kawhi Leonard gonna do that in the third." All right, but when Paul George choking the way he choked yesterday, we'll see. Like they're not that good. They're overrated. That's why I love this postseason so much, because you really don't know who's gonna do what. It's a complete toss up between every team. It's between Clippers, Lakers, Boston, Toronto. Those are the four teams to me that can take it easily. Easily can take it. And I don't know who's it gonna be. But stop with this. Clippers easily got this final. The frick they don't. They might get bumped by Mavericks next week. I don't want to hear that. Anyway.
We're done here.
Is this our first time doing NBA by ourselves? Or maybe our second?
Our first time doing it by ourselves here. Usually have people wrong with us.
Yeah, I think the next time. No. We'll see what happens next week. I don't know.
Anyway, like, share, subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. Sports Dynasty Podcast on Facebook group. Check us out. It's popping. And we're on Instagram at Sports Dynasty Podcast. This will be fun. This was fun. We're gonna be a little bit more consistent with the NBA, especially
at least once a week. We'll have
one. So I know a lot of people was asking for us for NBA stuff. We have it. We're gonna be more consistent with that as well. But other than that, we'll see you guys soon. Peace, love, and applesauce, and enjoy the postseason.
I wish I could.